Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca McLaughlin-Duane, and this week we're talking music as one of the biggest French-Canadian singers in the world makes his debut in the UAE. We have an interview with the charismatic, gravelly-voiced artist Garou as he entertains the crowd as part of his Jubilee Tour.
Hello everyone, my name is Garou, and for the first time I'll be singing in Dubai. Et si tu crois que c'est fini, jamais. Parce que ça commence et pour la première fois je suis ici, à tes côtés. So watch the show if you want to know more about me and what's coming up.
You're going to have to wait just a little bit longer for that interview, but in the meantime, let's head over to Bahrain, a place where jazz is growing in popularity with the younger generation. Salim Essai traveled to Manama to discover how Arabic music is being fused with swing and funk beats to create Bahraini gypsy jazz.
This is the sound of gypsy jazz, an adaptation of the American genre believed to have been created in Paris in the 1930s. Bahraini jazz musician Mohammed Rashid is adding his own unique twist to it, using classic Middle Eastern melodies to produce a new kind of sound.
I think it's a cool idea in the beginning because nobody did it before. And I want to introduce gypsy jazz to our region and our music to the Western world.
Using the poignant sounds of the oud, a pear-shaped guitar with up to 13 strings, and other instruments, Mohammed started playing this uncommon style of music only a year ago. Mohammed is performing at the second edition of the Bahrain Jazz Festival to an audience who in recent years has embraced the American music, which was originally born in New Orleans about 100 years ago. Before this festival, Bahrain hosted its International Music Festival for nearly 27 years, inspiring local artists like Bahrain's first homegrown progressive rock band, Osiris, in the 1980s, to release international albums using traditional rhythms mixed with rock. There was also the late Ali Bahar. Dubbed by some as the Bob Marley of the Gulf, who combined rock and reggae with Gulf-style music in the late 1980s with his band of brothers, El Ikhwa. In recent years, Bahrainis have taken a greater interest in jazz, with artists like Amy Winehouse and Michael Bublé having reintroduced the music to younger audiences.
Years ago, there was hardly any jazz in Bahrain. And recently, in the past couple of years, the jazz scene started growing.
Bahraini people are romantic people, and jazz has that very nice touch, and I think it will hit, so it's just a matter of time.
I came from Dubai especially for this event, and I always come from musical events in Bahrain, because I think Bahrain is the main hub of music in the Middle East.
In addition to featuring international jazz stars like Serbian blues guitarist and singer Ana Popovic, this year's festival highlighted local talent, including the alternative Bahraini group Liquid, with lead singer Ahmed Al Qasim, who traded in his banking desk job of 9 years for the stage in 2014. Since then, he's performed at festivals in Cairo, in Saudi's first jazz festival in Riyadh earlier this year, as well as on Bahrain's stage.
It's definitely a growing scene. We're getting more and more local musicians getting into jazz, and the audience response is growing as well. So it's inspiring and encouraging other musicians that are performing different genres in Bahrain to get more into jazz.
Ahmed says he's planning to make his first solo album, where he'll also experiment with scat singing, or using his voice without words. Jazzing up a modern music style he's made all his own.
And the living is easy.
Hailing originally from Quebec, the francophone star Garou first picked up a guitar aged 3. He then turned his attention to the piano and the trumpet. Today, sales of his ballads, rock and pop songs have gone multi-platinum, making him one of the best-selling recording artists of all time in Europe and Canada.
Tonight
Performing in the Middle East has been high on Garou's to-do list for years, and he realized his dream as part of a global Jubilee Tour celebrating more than 2 decades in the business. Following a quick meet and greet with fans, UAE audiences were treated to some of the 46-year-old's favorite blues tracks and smash hits like Belle from the musical Notre Dame de Paris. The pop star, whose first album, Seul, from 2001, remains one of the best-selling French albums of all time, is also well known for his duet Sur le Vent with fellow Canadian Celine Dion. And he revealed to Inspire that a future dream collaboration would be with the Beatles' Sir Paul McCartney. Ahead of his concert and in between sound checks and dune bashing in the desert, Garou took time out to talk about his life, his loves, and his new material. Garou, a very warm welcome to Inspire Middle East.
Thank you for inviting. I'm so happy to be here.
Now, you'll be playing some of your classics, also some new material, but also mixing it with tracks from other artists. Do you think it's a risk in that the fans might just want to hear what they know and love?
I know I'm a little scared because I'm transforming some songs. So there's a Ray Charles medley that I incorporated in the show. And some new bands like Ex-Ambassadors, Goo Goo Dolls that I integrate into my songs, and I do some kind of mashups of songs. And so I believe it's going to be a show with lots of celebration of music and a big party and lots of fun.
Now, you haven't yet incorporated Arabic beats into any of your music. Could this be on the cards?
I think it's the best way to make people understand each other is by celebrating music. So I believe it would be the best way to make an album with some Arabic artists.
This is breaking news for us. This is great to hear.
Yeah.
Now, the role that really jettisoned you to fame came back in 1997 when you played Quasimodo in Notre Dame de Paris. Do you have any desire to return to the stage or even reprise that role?
Now there's a new production of Notre Dame de Paris, but I wouldn't see myself doing this show again. I see myself more directing shows. I've been doing The Voice in 2 countries as a coach, so I think I'm getting better and better at working with other artists, directing them, helping them.
Well, picking up on The Voice, what are you looking for in terms of star quality? Is it a voice as unique as yours, or is it something else?
Is it good? Is it not good? Is it touching me or not? It's the mystery of all this that makes it fantastic and magical. Dissecate and understand totally the chemical parts knocking you down on music.
You're a self-confessed workaholic, and yet you say that you're not ambitious and you're slightly uncomfortable with the trappings of fame and celebrity. So how do you explain your success?
I'm trying to escape from fame in a way. So I'm a workaholic in many different spheres. The whole summer I was working on my land in the forest, and I was with my pickup truck bringing rock to build a road on my land. I love to end the day feeling like I did something and I contributed to something.
Now, you have a great passion for what you do. You love making music. But is it true that you don't like listening to yourself?
If I have the choice, listen to myself because I know what I'm doing. So, or listen to other artists. I'll prefer to listen to other artists, of course. The only show that I was very often looking at is The Voice. It was to look at the talents that were coming in my team and in the other teams. And this way I wanted to analyze them, but I hate analyzing myself.
Now, years ago, you once described your life as a storm, and you're in the middle of a tornado. But in the middle of that tornado, there is calm, there is love, and there is a home. Does that place still exist today, and if so, where?
I have a house by a lake in Canada. The storm is far now, I believe. So the calm, quiet place got bigger. It's about love, family, friendship, and great projects that calms you down. So I'm not into the storm anymore. I know about storms. So when I see one coming, I'm not scared.
And what's the long-term plan? Is it to retire to Quebec, to that retreat with the lakes?
Even more than that. I have lots of projects over there. A couple of weeks ago, I did a shooting in a barn that I renovated. And with my musicians come in, I would love to have like special guests coming to jam and play music with me in that special place.
You're a proud, famous French Canadian, but you also love to sing in English. So which language gives you the greatest creative and artistic freedom of expression?
I like the mixture of both. I love to mix even in the same song. I like to mix both. I think it's fun because I like to mix it. For me, English is easier to sing on the phrasing. French is about the words, not the phrase. The vocabulary of French is so rich. So it's two different ways.
Garou, it's been a pleasure. Merci énormément.
C'était partagé. Thank you so much to you.
Thank you. Well, that's a wrap of this week's show. We hope you enjoyed the program, and don't forget you can catch all of our episodes online at euronews.com. But before I say goodbye, here are some musical social media posts from the Middle East and North Africa region. Nisha and Sumit from India said the Bahrain Jazz Festival was like a breath of fresh air and the atmosphere was electrifying. Garou superfan Dmitry from Russia fulfilled a dream of hearing the singer live in Dubai, saying that he loves his unique voice. And John from Lebanon uploaded this shot of he and a friend enjoying the electric dance music show at the Garten in Beirut.